Welcome back to more Iron Man. It's time to get rolling again. We're in Orgrimmar because we want to activate Chromie time and get on with leveling. We do have some mail from the auction house, so it looks like our auctions that we had put up have sold, and 2 of them did. So that's a hefty amount of gold that I can use for later. That 12 gold is actually huge. These light feathers, I might as well just repost them. It doesn't really do a lot of or any harm for me, so I might as well go ahead and repost these. There's really not going to be anything bad in regards to doing that, so let's go ahead and sell these. Now they're down to 1 silver per item, so I might as well just let that be. Do the same thing. Alright, so our goal here for this episode is we're going to activate Chromie time, and the first location we're going to go to is pretty obvious. It's going to be the Barrens. There's really nowhere else better to go to get some really simple, easy questing done. The Barrens just makes the most sense. I was kind of theorizing about maybe going to a different continent to see if there's any easy quests over there, but there's just a lot of boss quests in the later expansions. It just doesn't make sense to do anything like that. I think I could easily get to 60 through Azeroth and into Shadowlands, so that's going to be my goal here. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and activate our Chromie time here for the Cataclysm. And we're going to head either to the Barrens or maybe to Ashenvale. I actually really like Ashenvale. It's one of my favorite zones, and it's not too dangerous. But I think I might do that second. I think I'm going to start with the Barrens because the Barrens has a lot of easy quests, and then we'll worry about Ashenvale another time. So that's going to be our goal here. So let's go ahead and get to the board here. And it surprises me how big and popular Orgrimmar is today, and then I realized it was actually a weekend. I hardly ever play on the weekend. I work every weekend, unfortunately. But that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do. So let's go ahead and head towards the Barrens. So we're gonna mount up, and we're pretty much just gonna have to run there. There's not really much of a better option. So let's start running to the Barrens. Now what I'm probably going to do is get in early and kill my way down to Far Watch Post. Reason why, it's just going to give me some extra XP. As I mentioned earlier, it's a lot easier to play the game right now. It is going to get more difficult, so I might as well just take advantage of what's easy for now and worry about the rest later. So if I can continuously, while it's easy, get really easy kills on mobs, that's what I'm going to do. So that's our goal going into this one. Now, one of the things I thought about as well over the last couple of days is what other challenge runs can I do? Can I think of something myself? And that does really interest me to do. I was thinking about kind of like an offset gear challenge where I can up the gear quality, so I can have things like stamina and critical strike and some of those secondary stats. I can up the gear quality. But I can't up the, like I have to use offset gear. So I could do a challenge where I can be a warrior and I can only use cloth, leather, or mail gear. I could do a challenge where I'm a, well, it would really only work with plate classes, maybe mail classes, now that I think about it. But that's kind of my first thought. An off-spec run as well. I'd love to do an off-spec run. Basically, you play a class that has, 3-4 specializations, and you're only allowed to use abilities that are for that specialization or for the class in of itself. So, for example, as a druid, because I'm a druid, I get the ability to use Wrath, right? Or let's say I'm a balanced druid. I pretty much just have to use cat form as a balanced druid. Things like that are probably the kind of things that I'm going to do. I like the idea of them. I could be a bear stance druid and only be allowed to use Moonfire, Wrath, as well as Shred and Ferocious Bite. Like there's some options there, but I couldn't use anything in this Wrath, in this balance tree. So that was kind of my other thought there that I thought was kind of a good idea. And I think that would really make you have to tap into your utility super hard. So that's what I wanted to do. Does it do bonus damage? It does do bonus damage when it's up, I think. If that sounds right to me. Alright, let's keep going. Just get back in travel form and travel form our way down there. Actually, no, mount's quicker. Got Legion time walking this week. I might actually do some of that. It ends, what, Tuesday? So I can probably do some of that tomorrow. That would be fun. All right. When does Winter Veil start? I still need the achievements. The 16th, so I have some time. Okay. All right, so we're at Farwatch. We're pretty much going to do all the quests here in Farwatch. None of them are very difficult. There is one boss fight quest, but it's harmless. It really is harmless. There's nothing difficult about the Farwatch post quests, and there's really nothing difficult about the Barrens for a pretty decent portion of it. I think we're pretty much going to be completely fine. Might as well kill these Plane Striders while I see him as well. Go ahead and Wrath, root him up. Wrath again, and I should be fine. Just let him hit me. Yeah, I'm still taking 10 damage a hit, so I'm pretty comfortable. I'm definitely pretty comfortable still. There's a very easy quest right over here as well. There he is. That's a very, very, very easy quest. Just free experience. Quests like this, I've considered saving for later for when I really need them. But I'm trying to think to myself if I'm even going to remember. And honestly, I probably won't remember to do most of them. So I might as well just let them be. Go ahead and do them before you forget. And unless it's like a blatantly easy one, like there's one I skipped in Orgrimmar that's just a gathering quest for Orgrimmar, I'm pretty much just going to go ahead and do them and try not to worry too much, because I think that the utility that I have in my class is to my advantage with the ability to heal as well, so I should be completely fine, to be honest with you. Let's take this Plunderer out. I might not even need Moonfire. I mean, Moonfire doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I know it'll get better, but because these guys cast a spell on you before you get near them, I'm probably fine. Is that that's a 6 slot, so I don't need that. All right, let's go ahead and open these up. 1, 2, 3, and we're done. Super simple, super easy. Nothing complicated about it. I'm going to kill a bunch of these hunters. These hunter guys are a little bit more of a concern because they send the pet after you, but the pet really doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Their range hits are for 7, and then the wolf hits are for... It hasn't hit me yet. The wolf still hasn't hit me. Still hasn't hit me. Still hasn't hit me. I don't think I really need to worry about these guys. I was worried about them, but why bother? They're doing nothing to me. He's going to put that creeping mold on me. I don't have cleanse yet, so that's going to be a problem. I'm going to need to get cleanse soon. I think you get cleanse. That Savory Delight recipe is actually worth some money. I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to get a cleanse at... $41. I've got a long way to go. Okay. Well, we'll be fine. I mean, we really just have to let debuffs go away. One of the things I have to keep in mind, too, is eventually I'm going to need mana drink because I'm going to be healing myself so much. That's going to be a very common thing that I'm going to need as time goes on. I've done this before without classes that can heal themselves, and it never really went so well. So having something like a mana drink of sorts will make a big difference because I'm going to do a lot of healing. A lot of healing. But what I like is I don't have to buy food, which I've had to do in other Ironman challenges, so that makes a difference as well. All right, here we go. Let's take this wolf out real quick. I would need 1 more hunter, 2 more plunderers, and then I just need to find some Plane Striders. There's a plunderer right there. I'm going to need to find a hunter. There's probably one over there somewhere. I'm pretty much... I like the updated Quillmore models that they introduced. I believe it was like halfway through BFA that they did it. Not a bad thing to do. Don't get me wrong, I always love when I see those classic designs. I think they're really, really nostalgic. And I think they have their own qualities that are good on them. But I overall like the new updated models to these quill boards. They just looked very low res. And I hope we're going to get an old world update. And when I say update, I don't mean completely change everything like Cataclysm. I mean just update the visuals. Make it look nicer. I mean, my computer is stressed running around the Shadowlands, and it is not stressed running around Azeroth. You know, make it look a little nicer. That's all. Just update the visuals. Keep everything the same. Just update the visuals. I think people would really, really like that, just to make things look a little bit cleaner. And you can tell, because you can go to zones like Arathi Highlands and Darkshore that they updated in BFA, and you can see how much nicer they look compared to the rest of the world. And even the Cataclysm zones... Oh, sorry, I keep yawning. Even the Cataclysm zones look a lot nicer than they used to, so that's a really nice thing that we have here. Something I'd like them to implement for sure. All right, I'm going to finish this Planestrider quest, but I don't see any. They're probably all back here in the distance. Or they were already all killed. I'm about halfway through 11. As I mentioned, at 12, I get a lot stronger. I get Star Surge. That's going to make a big difference because Star Surge is a no-cast ability. I just throw it out alongside all my other stuff. So when that procs, I'm going to do a lot more damage. So that's going to be a big upgrade to my class, is to have the Star Surge available. So I'm super, super excited to be able to use that. Now, Lunar Eclipse, Starfire cast time reduced by 8%, critical strike by 20. Okay, so it's just cast time. It's not actually overall damage. I've actually never played a balanced druid before until, well, at least until they made all the changes with like eclipses. They didn't used to have any of that. They used to just be, if you're balanced, you get moon conform and you're a caster. They made those changes, I want to say, in Legion, and I just haven't played a balanced druid any time in the last 5 or 6 years, and I've never seriously played one. Now, I'll tell you, if I finish the challenge, I might actually keep with this character and transfer it to my main server if I really, really like it, or I might just keep it as a relic of finishing the challenge and keep it on this with all the gear and everything intact. But also the videos do that justice as well. But it really just kind of depends on what I decide to do. We'll see how far I can really get. I'll tell you that doing challenges like this, ever since they updated the old world to scale with your level, became a lot more difficult, because it used to be simple. You could do stuff and you could fight things that are lower level than you to keep yourself safe if you absolutely needed to. But it's not like that anymore. So it makes your life a little harder than it used to be. I didn't mean to hit regrowth there. I might need to move that keybind, but my muscle memory is already telling me that it's there, so I should probably just hold on to it. Any mobs that run away from you are like the best ones for a challenge like this too, because, you know, they're going to run away and you have an opportunity to heal yourself before they go get somebody else if absolutely necessary. So we should be in pretty good shape for something like that. Let's see. Now, my game plan here is I'm going to do all of Farwatch, as I mentioned. Things are still pretty easy. Then we'll go to the farm. I have the option to skip the farm and go right to the crossroads, or do the entirety of the farm. I have only done the entirety of the farm maybe once or twice. There's a couple of boss fight quests in there that are a little bit dangerous, so I do my best to just keep myself safe and not do anything that I'm not supposed to do. So I might do the farm, I might not, because also those quests are super, super slow. So I have to make my decision, and I have to tread lightly, because I can go right to Crossroads, and if I go right to Crossroads, there's a lot of very easy quests. So I think it might make sense just to go straight down there, maybe do 1 or 2 of the farm quests that I know are super easy, but don't worry about the rest. I think that's really what I have to do to keep myself the absolute safest. And you see, I'm already taking a little bit of damage. Luckily, I can heal myself for way more than what I took, but I'm already noticing a little bit more damage being inflicted. Come here, Planestrider. Come here. Come here. Come here. And you can't chase me now. So he can actually take 2 hits now before the roots go away. So I wonder how many hits they're going to be able to take at a higher level. Because that's already really promising that they can take 2 hits before the roots go away. Or is it percentage health? If it's percentage health, and I was just doing more, it's probably percentage health, because that crit did it. I mean, if it's overall damage, that helps too. But if it's like percentage health, that's not going to do me any justice once I'm doing more damage. So we'll see how it goes. Let me go ahead and root this thing up. And then throw 2 more. Got 2 crits in a row last time. That was super lucky. I got 3 off, and it's still not touching me. So I can actually, if I time it right, 2, 3, not this time. Yeah, because the roots go away, and then you have a couple minutes, like a second or 2, to still get off one more wrath, but and also a second or 2 before they even start moving. So the roots last a little bit longer than they show in the visual, which I actually am pretty cool with. I'm very, very cool with. So that works out really nicely for us. Let's get ourselves up to level 12. Once we get over here, here's my statistics. I didn't die off screen. I didn't play at all off screen. Wait, how do I? Right there. There you go. Just in case anybody ever wonders. There's nothing up for dispute. You can also look this character up on Armory, I suppose, if you have to. I believe that is available. Alright. And we grab 2 more quests. So we're going to do these 2 quests, and then we'll be all done with Far Watch. So we're going to finish Far Watch in the next episode. Thank you.